Concrete Genius Media. Welcome to the Concrete Genius Pod. I'm your host, Sauce Mackenzie, on this lovely Friday. Man, I appreciate you tapping in. It's a beautiful Friday. God is good. I hope everybody's good. I'm so excited about the direction I'm going. Got a couple of new employees, man. We taking it to another level. And I'm also trying to curse less. I'm trying to curse less, and I'm trying to stop saying the N-word less, right? I just got revelations. It's like my ancestor talked to me in my dreams and was like, you can reach more people if you cut back on the profanity and if you stop saying the N-word so much, right? So it ain't really about me, it's about my message, right? So I've never been too smart to go in the direction of the right advice. You know what I'm saying? That's what really makes me a genius, because I'm ready to listen. I'm willing to listen to somebody or anything that can help me go in the right direction. And for me, it's like, I don't gotta be like the right dude. So like, if I can reach more people and get to the point where people understand me more because I use less profanity, then it is what it is. But I want to have a real conversation with the Black community today. I want to ask y'all a couple of questions. Not social media talking points, just real life, real conversations, right? So I was watching the news and they talking a lot about birthright citizenship. And I wanted to ask Black Americans, predominantly a lot of my audience, and if you a different race, you can chime in. I don't discriminate about who listens to the message or who can enjoy the content. I'm not disrespectful to anyone. So feel free to chime in, just be respectful. We as Black Americans got to have more conversations that are prevalent and relevant to us in society. But I do welcome all walks of life. I welcome all cultures, all races, all genders, all preferences, all ethnicities. If you want, you're welcome to enjoy the content, and you are welcome to debate. Just be articulate enough to know how to disagree without being disrespectful. That's the key, because you're not gonna disrespect me on the internet, because I don't have to be around you, right? The only people I'm gonna get into heated debates with is my immediate family. I don't really do the disrespect because I'm smart enough to disagree with you without calling you out your name. So I would expect the same from you. You know what I mean? And that, to me, that's one of the key points in communication in the Black community. We got to learn how to disagree without disrespecting each other. We got to learn how to have a different set of opinions without attacking each other. So for me, I just had this vibrant dream for my people about getting my message out, but also if I could curse less and stop saying the N-word, because I don't want somebody to not get my message because they feel like it's laced with profanity, right? Because the people that don't mind profanity are still gonna get the message whether I curse or not. You know what I mean? So I want all ears and all minds to be able to chime in on these topics that I feel like they could progress us as a people and as a Black community, right? So it's a lot of talk in the news about birthright citizenship. For those that don't know, birthright citizenship is when parents who are not U.S. citizens legally have a child, that child is automatically born in the United States, right? AKA the 14th Amendment. For those that don't know, this was created initially for Black Americans and basically slaves, right? Children of slaves, to say they were U.S. natural citizens and so forth. But 2 centuries later, we've gotten to the point where it encompasses anchor babies, right? People not born in America, people coming here to have a child that's born in America to make sure that child can get the benefits of U.S. citizenships, right? And it's a fine line between being compassionate, which I am, but also understanding that Black people never get our just due because we're not strong enough collectively, but also because the world has been overran with too many other races and nationalities that the country prioritizes over Black Americans, right? So when it comes to the question of birthright citizenship, do you think two people who will, I'm not gonna call them illegal aliens, but two people who are not citizens of the United States should be able to have a child in the United States and that child be a U.S. citizen, right? This is a very sticky situation. I'm curious to know how the Black community feels about it. Do you feel like other countries, citizens from other countries, get prioritized over Black Americans? We still haven't had any serious reparations conversations. We still haven't had, and then And see, my problem with being too fair to foreign immigrants is when you get these immigrants over here, I don't care if they're Hispanic, I don't care if they're African, I don't care if they're Caribbean, I don't care if they're Asian, right? The minute a foreigner gets in power in the United States, they so dismissive of the Black American struggle, right? You go to any Asian politician, any Caribbean politician, any Nigerian politician, all these people use programs that were in place to benefit Black Americans, but when they get in a position of any type of authority, they neglect Black Americans and they help their own people, right? And we don't do that, right? When we get in positions of power, we scared to help each other. We feel like we got to do what about everybody else? And we the only group of people that does that, right? So I'm so torn on birthright citizenship because I am not a fan of people being unfairly profiled, mistreated, being violently abused. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not going to sit up here and act like that. But I'm also not a fan of 35,000 Venezuelans being dropped off in Chicago, right? Because what happens is as soon as people get to the United States, they automatically think their foot is on the back of Black Americans. Because the system of that has been in place for so many years, the system of white supremacy, and not only that, the imaging, the negative images projected of Black Americans across the world automatically makes these foreigners think when they come over here, they a step above us. Either they call us lazy, they call us ungrateful, they telling us we didn't build the country, they telling us, like, as soon as they get here. And I'm not a fan of somebody coming from Venezuela and getting $7,000 worth of benefits or getting housing or getting a job just because you come from another country. Like, we got so many Black POWs, we got so many Black veterans, we got so many Black farmers. We need more Black trades for our Black American kids in these schools. We need more programs. We need community centers and youth programs. We need more literacy programs. We need more training on teaching future parents how to be parents. We need more courses on how to buy homes and how to manage money and how to get bank loans and how to get credit. You know what I mean? So how to invest. So I'm not a big fan of people coming over here from another country and just wiping their hands with us. Because everybody imitates us, but nobody appreciates us, right? You look at any podcaster with Nigerian or foreign Caribbean heritage, I don't care if it's his parents. They'll get on there and oh, you don't deserve reparations. Y'all don't deserve nothing. You get any Asian, any Caribbean. None of them have a pro-Black American agenda because they don't relate to the Black American struggle. So at some point, if they went and said, you know what, every child born of a foreigner here on a visa should have to apply for U.S. citizenship. I'm actually not mad at that. But I only want it to be applied fairly, right? And this is where it gets sticky about immigration and immigration enforcement, right? I'm not for nobody coming over here dogging us, right? Because we did the marching in Selma, marching in Alabama. We died for the rights that these immigrants are getting to enjoy, right? So we got to be honest about that. But I also want the enforcement to be stretched, don't just police the Hispanics and the Africans. Let's police the Serbians. Let's police the Russians. Let's police the Asians. Let's police all these immigrants and check for, who's legal and who's not, right? And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. It's like, I'm for some aspects of it, but I also want it to be, if it's applied equally, right? But it shouldn't be easier for somebody from India, Pakistan, or Morocco to come over here and get a loan and open a gas station, right? We shouldn't have to go to gas stations and fish markets and fried chicken markets in our community that's ran by foreigners and they don't give a shit about our community, right? Habib is not one of us. I'm sorry. I don't care how cool he is. I don't care how many blunts you buy from him. I don't care how many bags of hot Takis you buy from him. He's not one of us. I appreciate people being able to come over here and make a better life, but as soon as they come over here and make a better life, it's like everybody makes a better life off the exploitation of the Black community. And that has become overly frustrating, extremely frustrating. So I don't know if I'm for it. Like birthright citizenship was again created by our hardships, our struggles. Just like all these DEI programs that white women and Asians took advantage of, and then they made us the face of them, right? All these diversity programs, and you go to these diversity programs, and it's a white lesbian and an Asian and a Caribbean, and they making Black culture. Like, that's not the type of diversity we need. Like, we need diversity from people who have grandparents born in Black America. I'm sorry if that sounds cruel or unfair, but we have to start looking out for us like they look out for them. Because the Asians move in one block, the Russians move in one block, the Serbians, everybody moves in one block except the Black American, because we don't know how to talk to each other. We don't know how to respect each other. We got too many chefs in the kitchen syndrome. We don't want the right people to be in charge. So I don't even know if we can be saved as a whole, but I know a percentage of us, a large percentage of us, deserve to be saved, and we got to do better at that for us and our community. So when it comes to birthright citizenship, if you had to ask me to take a vote, I don't think that it's fair that you should be able to come over here illegally and you wasn't a natural born citizen just because your baby was here, born here. They shouldn't be a citizen, because some of these first generation born immigrants are some of the nastiest people in the world to Black people. So yeah, make every person whose parents wasn't born here or wasn't a U.S. citizen reapply for citizenship. It's only fair, right? Like, I think we're the only nation. I'm not sure. I don't want to be 100% factual, but if I'm not mistaken, I think we're the only nation that does the whole birthright citizenship thing, right? If I go to China, right, and I meet and me and my wife in China, and we have a baby, that baby's still American. That baby ain't Chinese. They don't care that baby was born over there. I'm gonna tell you, take your ass back to America when your visas expire, and take your baby with you, right? So a lot of people come over here and they start spitting out babies, and they want all the benefits achieved by the struggle of the civil rights movement. And that's just not fair to the descendants of the civil rights movement. And again, I never really cared about the opinions of people whose parents and grandparents weren't born in America when it came to Black American issues. Not on hip hop, not on music, not on politics. But in this internet world, some of the nastiest people to Black Americans are people whose grandmother was born in Africa somewhere, or Jamaica, or Haiti, or Caribbean, or Asia, wherever. So we have to take back whatever achievements and accomplishments our people have made, teach our kids our history, not this whole pan-Black African movement, brown and Black movement. Like, it's a farce, right? We can be understanding to people from different countries. I actually get along with people of Hispanic heritage. I don't have no beef with them, but their agenda and our agenda are two different things. Because what happens is when we attach their agenda to ours, as soon as they get some breathing room, then we off on our own, right? It's just like Black girl magic went from Black girl magic to Asian girls magic to Hispanic girls magic. Just like Black Lives Matter went to All Lives Matter and White Lives Matter and Asian Lives Matter. Anybody lives matter. Like, whatever we do is on the weight of our backs. And I'm tired of being mules for people who don't appreciate us when they get a drink of water. I'm sorry. Concrete genius. Pod, thank you for saying that. I think China does too. I knew it was one or two other countries. So thank you for that. One of my Facebook live streamers. I appreciate that. Nadia, I appreciate that. I knew it was one other country. So I know it's not many, right? But I'm curious to see how Black Americans feel about Black birthright citizenship, because sometimes, in my opinion, I feel like birthright citizenship strips us of the achievements of our ancestors and waters them down. Black American history is no longer even preserved like it was. And I know that's due to the government, but it's also due to the multitude of mush and gumbo that's here in America. You got senators and politicians that are Caribbean that push agendas for Caribbean-born people. You got citizens and politicians that are Somalian and push agendas for Somalian people, right? So when these black politicians get in there, they speak about everybody else but their ancestors and their people. So we so divided, we so confused. We have to get some sense of direction, some sense of unity, some path, and some agenda and agreement before we make any type of progress, or we gonna always be the people who build the foundation and then everybody else get to sleep in a nice bed, and we fight for bed space on the floor. And I'm tired of that as a Black American. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of seeing it. Like, I don't even acknowledge people who bring a lot of dissension and that type of things to the Black community. Concrete Genius Pie, man. Follow me on all socials. I appreciate you, man. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer, 8 Tips for Men to Find Peace. My next question for the Black community is, why are we harder on each other sometimes than we are other people, right? You ever seen Black folks when we around each other, we can't smile, we can't be nice, we can't say hi, we can't say thank you, we can't be polite. But then that same Black person gets around white people or other races and they just cheesing from ear to ear. Oh, hey, oh, you fine, ma'am. Oh, you good, boss. Like, y'all start calling white people all kind of shit. Boss, sir, captain, buddy. You know what I'm saying? All y'all call each other is niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to do better in our respect levels for each other. And I don't mind being courteous to other people. I'm courteous to all races of people. But I'd be damned if I'm going to be courteous to other races and then frown up when I see a Black face. That's not what I got to do, right? And I ain't saying you got to have a stupid ass smile on your face, but showing kindness to your own people should be priority number one. Smile. Hey, how you doing? How are you? Say hi. Be courteous. Now, this was very prevalent when I was growing up. Like, all Black folks really spoke to each other. Now, it's just more tangent again, because it goes back to that mixed pot of mumbo gumbo that we got to swim through to figure out who we are, right? But I want us to treat each other better. I want us to love each other better. I want us to appreciate each other. But it's so many dividers in the Black American community why we can't treat each other. Not even dividers. I'm going to call them cliques, right? We segregate ourselves to each feel closer to some level of supremacy so we can be the white man of Black people, right? Sororities are gangs and cliques. Gangs are gangs and cliques, right? Fraternities are gangs and cliques, right? And you can't say they ain't cliques because we wear colors, we look out, y'all look out for your own, and people that's in a gang may look down on people that's not. People that's in a sorority or a fraternity look down on people that's not. So we have no universal code of unity, right? We have no universal code of fairness to each other. Like, you can walk in a gym with a child, you trying to play sports, but if somebody's frat brother is the coach, they're going to prioritize that child over yours, regardless of what the potential of your child is. We have no universal code. We need something. We were so psychologically broken from segregation and redlining and mistreatment and lynching and police brutality and all the nasty effects of discrimination that we started dividing ourselves up in so many multiple mini classes that we wanted to just feel better than the Negro that don't have what I have. So let me join a gang so I can feel better and protect myself away from the dudes who ain't in the gang. Let me join a fraternity or a sorority so I can feel better than the people who not. Let me attach myself to something, right? A dude could be 41 and have nothing going on in his life, and he'll be bragging about the time he watched somebody play basketball in high school, right? A dude will be 38 with no insurance, no nothing, no life, and be ready to die over his hometown. Like, we have no semblance of positive direction together, right? To feel good about ourselves, we started turning our nose up at each other. And that's the problem. in our society. And we got to be honest about it, right? A dude can be, it can be 3 dudes that's squares, right? 3 squares. These 3 squares can go to college together. They've been friends since 8th grade. Just cool, normal dudes, right? One of the dudes can get involved in a fraternity and start thinking he a better person than the 2 dudes that was his friends his whole life. I've seen it, right? So we need some false semblance of security sometimes to feel good about ourselves. And it's just like people who get attached to the church. Everybody want to feel like they a part of something, right? I don't care if it's politics. I don't care if it's the Beehive. I don't care if it's Nicki Minaj Hive. I don't care if it's Drake Hive. I don't care if it's your high school association reunion table. I don't care if you want to collect the tickets at the basketball game. You want to be involved in something, right? And that's fine. But you can't let whatever you have in with the symbolism of what you involved in make you turn your nose up at your own people. We just too divided. Poor blacks and rich blacks, middle class blacks and poor blacks, middle class blacks and rich blacks, college educated blacks and non-college educated blacks, street blacks and educated blacks. It's so many light skins and dark skins, mixed blacks versus non-mixed blacks. It's so many divisions in the black community that we confuse. Not even mentioning the whole where you from. Like, once we got on that, a black man can't walk through your neighborhood without telling you where you from, because we have such low self-esteem. All we feel like we own is this block or this street or this park or this high school or this person I know that might have made it to the NBA or this person that throws parties. Like, our self-esteem is so fragile that we need something to feel good about to put somebody down. And that's a very, very bad problem in the black community. So my efforts and my goal, my agenda is to talk about healing, talk about progress for progress, talk about universal codes of understanding and love and politeness and kindness. And you don't have to be no sucker. I'm quite the opposite. But kindness, conversations, and setting a standard on a level of intelligence and conversation that we need to have. Like, stop thinking ignorance is the go-to for us, because while we doing that, we can't get anywhere where we need to be. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com, man, I appreciate y'all. I have an event to go to. My daughter's being penned as a registered nurse today, so I'm very excited about that. I'm about to get ready to go see that, participate in that, see what's going on, chill with my family. But I will be back on here this weekend. It's supposed to be Arctic this weekend, so I will be in the house. We will be live streaming some this weekend. And I like to have next week, especially my Facebook listeners, I'm going to be posting a link where you can be part of my conversations. You can call in. You can video Skype in, call in. We're going to get that rolling next week. So I appreciate you guys. Get a copy of my book, The Game Changer. 8 Tips for Men to Find Peace, man. I love you. We out.